Hello, Steve Arts 89. Well, I'm not really hearing anything good about the new Wolfman film. Not really hearing anything bad, but not really hearing anything good either. Um, a short while ago, Universal was going to reboot all their old monster movies and create the Dark universe or whatever, and they did one movie with Tom Cruise, The Mummy. It was basically a Tom Cruise film with the Mummy in it, and it didn't do so well. I kind of enjoyed it. Like, once I got, oh, it's just a Tom Cruise movie with the Mummy in it. I actually kind of enjoyed it, but it wasn't like the Mummy. It wasn't, so they just ditched that whole universe. That is like the quickest abandoning of like a phase or a wave or something of an IP I've ever seen. It's just like one movie, they were done. They didn't even try a second movie. They didn't try to keep going with this new sort of phases era of this universe. They just threw it, tossed it, and were gone. Now this film is directed by Lee Winnell, so there are a lot of expectations on this film because he did, Insidious, he did Saw. He's from Melbourne, in case you don't know. I won't go into that, but yeah. So there's a lot of expectations on him in this, and a lot of people are disappointed because there's not much to it. The story is incredibly small. It's about a family of people who get stuck in a house out in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere, and one of them, the husband who's been attacked by a werewolf, is transitioning into a werewolf. So you have this, it's what people are referring to as a metamorphosis film. Like the whole film is him transforming, and the only interesting parts I hear are when you see the world and his family through his eyes as he's changing, and that. So that's an interesting element to bring to it, but does that sustain a whole movie? I don't think so. So that's what I'm hearing. There's parts of the film are very traditional little horror movie, and it kind of works, but it's very small. And then I think we go into this part, and it's just, you either go with it or you don't. If you don't go with it, it's like you don't have much else being offered from the film. Now, I just saw Julia Garner being interviewed on Today Show or something like that in America, and she's an interesting girl. She also talks about, and the reason why I watched this and then started thinking about the Wolfman was because she was apparently Madonna's choice to play her in the biopic that will never happen because Madonna ruined it and killed it with her refusal to let anyone else work on it with her, and her complete control of it. But it's interesting because when you look at this girl, she looks nothing like Madonna, and you can tell that that's what Madonna wishes she looked like or thinks she looks like. And it's kind of like Madonna did this shoot for Vanity Fair around 1990, and you can tell that's Jennifer Garner's look, and that's what Madonna thinks she looks like and wants to be. And so it's interesting to see her in interviews and wherever I see her in films and that, and then try and imagine how she would have been as Madonna instead. So she basically did this film instead. And yeah, it's I hear it's okay. It's set in the modern era or anything, or everything sort of like The Invisible Man, and they're just slowly remaking these original ones. They haven't they learned their lesson. We're trying to launch a whole universe now. They're just taking it a film at a time, letting people do a modern spin on it, and this one is a bit hit and miss. Like, they're trying to do something with it, but it doesn't seem to really be connecting, and the story seems a bit too small, and the action's a bit too small, and it's all just about the family and the transformation, the metamorphosis, the coping of, and just that whole. So it's interesting, but it's like, it's not what I think people were expecting or wanting from the film. So not that I've seen it, I'm just referring to all the articles that I've seen, because I was sort of thinking about it, and I was sort of excited because Lee Winnell's doing the Wolfman, this should be good. And then I started hearing no, and I'm like, oh. But yeah, I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think of the film if you've seen it. I mean, I don't go to the movies anymore. I haven't since the you-know-what. I used to go every week, and that's just one of those things I just don't do anymore. But I will be buying it on DVD, because I have the other Wolfman, and that's the other thing. I'm like, didn't they just remake this like 10 years or so ago with Anthony Hopkins or something? Or, like, didn't they do that? Because people are talking about, oh, it's the remake of the 1941. I'm like, it's been remade since then. This is not like, it's not like, they're acting like this is a sequel to or adaptation of that, as opposed to just another Wolfman, because they've done a few Wolfmen over the years. So that's another weird reaction to this I've noticed in some of the reviews and stuff, but that's a whole other thing. I'm going to go. Bye.